Hey YouTube, this is Lord Zath, and we're going to try something a little bit special here today. I have with me the fine folks at, I believe this is FFG32. I believe that's the clan name, yes. And Stony, as some of you guys know, is a tier 4 Patreon. So one of the things that I wanted to try doing is a ride-along. However, we're going to try something a little bit different. This is going to be a clan battle ride-along. So I don't know what we're going to see here, but we're going to try to make it happen. And I'd love to get your guys' feedback on what you see happening here, what you guys like. If there are things that you would like to see more of, let me know. If there are things that I can fix, I would like to know that as well. This is something that I've been experimenting with a little bit internally with my own clan, Kraken. But all four people that you see here on screen are in the clan battle group, and we will go into battle momentarily. And from there, I will simply watch. I'll make a few comments to you guys, and then after the game is done, I'll debrief with the group as a whole. So that's the plan. We'll see what happens. I'm going to pause the video for right now until we get into battle. I'm really excited, guys. I'm so excited.
Okay, this
All right,
is win
no
or
pressure.
lose. Yeah, we're getting out of the struggle one way or the other here.
I'm going to go on mute now. Good luck.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Al.
So this is a full count. And
Okay,
what do we
so they got
have?
Colombo for pushing and Yamato for sniping. Other than that, it's a pretty standard fleet. We're going to see almost a
That's
mirror
going to be a
map.
problem.
I think with the Colombo on the field, we have a little bit better DPM at long range, so we can probably use our standard tactics here, and it'll wipe them out pretty well. To accommodate that, we're going to put the Venezia off in Bravo Cap with Bush Pilot Shimikaze. Summers, you're going to flirt with Alpha Charlie Cap, but with all the radar on the field, just stay south of it for a while. You're just a torp threat. Gothis, take the G7 line small island. Stony, you're out behind him, like bottom of the G line at G7, G8. And then Riss, you've got radar picket position just west of Charlie.
Okay.
So one thing you can do with the Ohio is actually head east here if you need to get shots on their radar picket. It depends what they have in there. You know, if they put a Petro or Stalin, that's probably going to be bad news because you can't really overmatch the nose once you get close.
Do you want me east on the G or do you want me east on H?
A
Right
bottom
of
of
the
G,
G.
top of H. You know, it really depends on how much force they have up there.
Copy.
Charlie's going to be an endurance fight. If they
Mm-hmm.
deploy mirroring us, then you know we just have to take less damage than they are, and then we'll win.
Strong position is right over here. Golf 9.
Gothis, you
Even
can probably go east side of that island.
here, but I like to be a little bit farther out early on with a spamming cruiser. What do they have spamming cruiser-wise? They've got a Venezia. You could put the Venezia off over
And
here.
Riz, if that cap starts flipping, go ahead and radar it up. Your first radar. Gothis will be secondary radar if we need it.
They don't really have a spamming ship though. That's the problem. So going up against a Petro or Stalin, it's gonna be a bit of a challenge. And I said the Smolen's gonna be a threat.
Down a little bit towards a bush pilot.
I mean, maybe a little bit.
Okay.
Because there's gonna be a good amount of radar. See, there he is. There's a lot of radar here.
Smolin spotted. Yum yum.
Summer's on radar.
Yeah, you are absolutely on radar. And nobody can back you up. And Venezia is going to slap you with sap right here. Gotta wait 6 seconds for... Here it comes. Could have been a lot worse. Ah, well, it was worse.
So unspotted right now is the Colombo, the Summers, and the Stalingrad.
Stony is spotted, so I feel like the Summers is poked out around that island a little bit.
The Smolin has, you think?
Mm-hmm.
Small, yeah, or the Petro.
If he shot, the Venezia is going to spot him, so... And this Venezia is being extremely
Colombo
risky.
just shot at Rigel. He's over there. maybe a little further out.
Good hit.
He's up in there.
Let's take a look at what Stoney's shooting at. He's shooting at the Yamato. He should be shooting at the Venezia or the Petro. Can he hit the Petro? He can.
Yeah, Legend Bush, you can start going out on the flank a little bit, but collapse back on if the Stalingrad starts pushing south.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt. He should have been angled out southward here, and that's gonna be a problem. He's caught bow in. He's just gonna be spammed to death by a Venezia Yamato. Even the Smallland is shooting at him. So it's just a matter of time before Stoney dies. He should just suck it up and turn, but it looks like he's just gonna sit and reverse, which will take a while. So now you just have to hope that the enemy is going to make a big mistake. If you're playing, honestly, I would be shooting the Stalingrad here and the Colombo.
Stoney, if you get a little bit wider, you will have shots on that Small end.
Forget the Smallland. Forget the
Primary
Smallland.
action's going to be happening on the A side push, so just hold
Yeah. Flip your guns, man.
Just
Flip your rear
ways than
guns.
They are, which I don't like, but
Got 3
Flip your rear
overpins on the
guns.
Smallland.
Doesn't matter. That's not gonna hit. That's back to Stoney. Let's look what's going on with the Shima. Nothing lit for now. That's a problem. Shima could try to be the gatekeeper of this island and torpedo the crap out of anything that passes.
nice. Very nice.
That is
You got the
good.
angle.
That is good.
Okay,
Summer's got the
Legend
angle,
Bush, We're
yes.
just going to kill these guys as they come around.
The
Isn't
Stalingrad
unspotted
position,
DD. If I
he's
go
not
to the
doing
tech, I
anything
think
for
that
his
DD might be
team.
coming in.
Neither is the Petro. So at this point, I'd be waving at least one of them off. I'd be waving one of them to move up and get cross shots on the Stalin Colombo as they push through. That would have been a really good opportunity a few minutes ago. Was not taken because we weren't prepared for that. Yes. Let's go to the Shima. Here's the Shima's view.
Shima, can you torp that Colombo? Yeah.
He
I'm
is,
working on it.
but he got himself
Out then. He is
detected.
trying to dodge.
So that's going to be a problem.
Yeah, right.
He's barely in radar range.
Smallland is in Charlie.
There's the radar.
Get the radar off.
Don't turn that much. That's overturning. You cannot show broadside to these guys. You should also be looking at them to see incoming fire and think about dodging. Ouch. Your torps will most likely all miss because they saw you and they reacted accordingly. Meanwhile, the Summers is here and you've got nobody that can radar because all of your radar is at sea. And Colombo's not going to give you that shot. Meanwhile, you've been spotted
Just
for a
bear in
while.
mind, Colombo's pushing out behind you. Stoney, I might
So-
need your support to kill him.
Yeah, I
Keep
can't
your
back
eyes
up
on
the
the window.
island because of the Colombo.
Now
And
you
the
can't.
Yami's nailing me.
So, too much static play. And you can see, Stoney's still alive, but he's
Fire on
done
Petro.
he's done 20,000 damage. That's just simply not enough to really matter.
They're just gonna stall here, aren't they?
Of course they are. They've got a ship lead
I
and
gotta
they've
go
got all
down
3
those
caps.
Summers.
Here comes the torps. Venezia's trying to make something happen, but he's frankly by himself, and he's just going to get slapped. There he goes. And this battle is pretty much over.
Smallland's on the move. Watch it.
Yes, they are. So I agree with the push, the Montana push towards. I mean, there's what else are you gonna do, right? I would suggest putting a plane
Yeah,
up.
we're in trouble with this Colombo coming in.
so you could see where the Columbo
The
was.
office is going down soon. Okay, unless I get the heal off.
But Columbo's giving you a nice broadside, so at least have that. Yeah, he turned in a bit. Alright,
Stony,
let's...
watch for shots on the Columbo.
Stony shooting the Venezia.
Copy.
There goes the Stalin.
Stalin down.
Good hit on the Venezia. Now, you can use the secondaries to kind of line up where this guy is. The other option is you could just simply wait until he comes out. But obviously he's going for a shot on your side. So, yeah, there he is. And he got it. Start your heal. Too early on that shot. That was kind of a panic shot, oh my god, kind of deal. If you had held the shot for right now, you might have gotten that kill on him. Maybe.
Ah, those guys just ate us for lunch.
They did eat you for lunch, yes. And ouch.
So what happened with the Shimakaze Venezia?
I obviously got too close again.
Mm-hmm. So we'll talk about the Shimakaze, we'll talk about initial positioning coming up. A lot to learn from this match.
Yami's coming in danger close. We're gonna have to knock him and the Petro out.
Yeah, Stoney's gonna get slapped by the
Cover
Yamato
fire on
here.
Petro.
Stoney's out of heal, that's not good. Bye-bye. And that'll do it.
They had our number from when we lost the western flank.
Hit your number before
Even
that, dude.
before them, we were taking a lot more damage than they were on the east.
Mm-hmm.
Was there a difference in positioning I wasn't aware of?
I don't like where I ended up engaging them from. I don't know if there was a better place that I could have gotten to. Yeah, I just don't feel like I had effective shots. And then, even though the Yamato had his cheek exposed to me, I still kept ricocheting when I would take shots with the aft turrets while I was angled to him and the Petro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, their Petro was dug in pretty hard.
Mm-hmm.
I landed 5 torpedoes on him and still couldn't get him out of the Dorito.
I mean, we could switch the Venezia for something like a Nevsky, but we should be able to fight without radar, on the off cap. Is it just that the Shimakaze's not doing for us, or?
Let's get in too deep, you know that. I try to stay back a little bit, and then I find myself with them on top of me.
Well, make sure you got a good line of sight. I saw you were going, you broke the line of sight around the edge of the mountain.
Yep.
Yeah, and so that allowed him to shoot south because he wasn't detected. And he's like, oh, I'll just go south till I get detected. And that ended up being a lot closer to you than you really wanted him to be.
Yep.
Okay. All right, so that is a couple of games. Let's see if we can rotate here. I think we probably, was that 3? Double checking.
Do you mind if I jump in with a couple of comments?
Please do. Well, let's keep it brief. We're going to want to roll on.
Sorry. So I think in that initial situation, that the positioning would have been better off kind of flipped a little bit. I think you would have been better off putting the Venezia to the east, because you really had no answer, as you guys discovered, to that Petropavlovsk that was really dug in there. Nothing really short of the Venezia on your side could have really spammed him down much. So I think Venezia maybe trade out either the Stalin or the Petro for the west side might have been handy.
That would give us another radar on that side too.
Yep. You had all the radar in one spot.
Is a threat, that they'd have to put down. They can't leave them up, but they did that very easily. Made me sad.
Well, so in that particular instance, you saw their Stalingrad and their Colombo pushing down the 3 line. Stoney actually had a really good cross shot on it, but he was too busy shooting at the Yamato, the Venezia, and the Petro, and one shot or two maybe against the Smallland. So he didn't notice that or pick up on that. He actually could have rotated his rear turrets to fire the rear turrets and possibly the front too, but he didn't. He kept on shooting at the targets north of sea.
Yeah, sorry about that tunnel vision, guys.
Your initial positioning, Stoney, I think you would have been better off turning out instead of turning in when you were under fire. You got stuck bow in, which basically means you're going to have to make a very unhappy turn at some point, or you're just going to get farmed down to death.
That is a good point, yeah.
And then the final thing I just wanted to comment on, as far as the Shimakaze's positioning, you actually had a really good, strong position, and then you abandoned it. If you stayed by that big island that you were kind of near, which is the island at A cap on random battle domination there, all you had to do when you got detected or radared is just hit the W key and go behind the island, and who gives a shit if they can see you or not. Instead of that, you turned south. And let them spot you in broad daylight, and then started running away. They radared you, and of course, they managed to nail you. So I think learn to use that island as an escape route to get behind, because of course, island has infinite armor.
Correct.
Also spectate, yeah, of course. Also spectate the ships that are shooting at you. For some odd reason, you were looking away, and in the process of doing that, you got a little confused. You actually ended up broadside to them and took a big hit before you ended up finally dying. But if you're spectating the ships that are shooting at you, you have an idea of when you need to counter your turn and maybe change your speed and all that kind of stuff. And those little WASD hacks sometimes work, sometimes they don't.
It's still worth a try, That's usually how you can dodge the shells, by predicting where they're going to be.
True that. All right, I'll go on pause. I know you want to do your thing, so sorry, guys.
Okay. We've got